Hello, hello, Scorpio. I want to make sure that everyone can see and hear me before I start. So let's see. Oh, go live. Here we go. Hello, hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. All right, Scorpio, I am live, hopefully. So if you could just put a comment and let me know that you can see and hear me so that we can get started. Hey, Tammy, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to take that as a yes. All right, guys. So we are going to be looking at the shift, the great shift, right? I feel that just based on my own personal life, my clients, and what I'm just seeing out there in the world, we are going through it's almost like crossroads energy where it's a knowing that something is calling you for more, right? But not necessarily to produce more or to make more, but like your life has deeper meaning. So I put a poll in the chat, so feel free to let me know how that resonates for you. But either way, we're going to look at these changing times and see what the universe has in store for us. And as always, take a deep breath and look at the space around you and show the universe gratitude for all that you have, all that you are, and all that you ever will be. All right, guys, let's look at this. We have Will of the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows, right? And this is number 62. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Stephanie. It says not just my life, right? So number 62, 6 is a number of harmonious union and 2 is a number of relationship, right? So it could be the relationship you have with yourself and coming into right relationship with who you are. With the Will of the Wisp, it says treasures hidden in the shadows, letting us know that perhaps we really have something more meaningful that we haven't yet discovered of ourselves. And that's what it feels like. It feels like there's just something right there, right? Does that make sense? And it's just like the clarity is like you feel it coming, but you're just not quite sure. So I'm getting a lot of that feedback from people. And I got to tell you, like in my own personal life, it's definitely showing through. So number 62, treasures hidden in the shadows. And I'm getting the biggest ping in my left ear right now, which I can do nothing about. Gosh. Are you guys having like different clairs waking up or just being stronger and more consistent? That's really interesting. Can you believe the card I just pulled as I'm saying that reads Guardian Angel? So Guardian Angel coming through. Hey, Annette, how are you, my love? Thanks for being here. Guardian Angel, right? So being guided, speaking to your highest self, coming into right relationship again with who and what you are, that comes through really strongly. And I'm going to take a look at one of these cards as well. That's interesting. So Guardian Angel, and I just finished asking if you guys are getting more pings or how about your dreams? Are you having more vivid dreams? I'm not sleeping well personally, but I'm having crazy dreams in between those moments. So it's really, I mean, these dreams are out of control, to be honest. And this reads, un momento, spectacles. This reads, number 1, sky expansion. Befriend the mind, the inner freedom, expand your consciousness. Wow, what a timely message from the universe, right? Sky expansion. And this week's reading, which was actually from today, 8/3 to 8/9 or 8/10, it was all about explore, expand, and excel. And here that message is being echoed with sky expansion. So that's very interesting that's coming through again. Wow. So, I mean, the universe definitely wants us to express our unique energetic footprint into the universe and to stand out and be weird and lean into all the things that only you are meant to express. And I think that sometimes, that it feels like a great responsibility, right? But it is yours to carry out is the best thing I can say. So I know that there are plenty of people going through major shifts, whether that be in the home life or in the work sector. Relationships are coming to abrupt revisions. I've definitely gotten a lot of those messages as well. I, for one, am in hermit mode, to be honest, right? The hermit coming through, number 9, Virgo energy. And that's also number 9 is about initiatory experience, right? Again, that discovery period. And, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you might have seen where I recently posted that I will continue to be hermiting until I find other high value humans. I'm just at that point where I'm not willing to settle and spend my energy with anyone or anything that doesn't deserve it. And I think that's where so many of us are, right? It's that period of, it has to be worth it for me to continue. And that's absolutely okay. And actually, it's really how we are meant to live our lives, ebb and flow, and to move through different progressions. So let's see, Tammy, I dreamt I had a beautiful flying horse, whatever that means, but it felt so real. Oh, like a unicorn? Just a flying horse. I love that. That's really interesting. Let's see. We have the Page of Pentacles coming through. I feel like many people are going to be taking on a new course of study, learning something new, or getting after an old passion and re-enlivening it. And we have the Strength card, courage needed to move forward, right? Embracing all parts of the self. And actually, like, taking the bull by the horns, like, that's the energy I'm getting, that no matter what happens next, no matter how scary it has been, you're going to take the time to investigate how to make it happen for yourself, and it's going to be successful. The Strength card comes through, and it's saying, like, you can manage all parts of self. And it is going to be about introspection. And that introspection leads to freedom and expansion, for real. The Guardian Angel coming through, I love this card. I love this card. It's very telling of who and what you're communicating with, right? Don't underplay the dreams, those random conversations, being pulled to a video on YouTube, or, being here. But I feel that the universe is doing all it can to get our attention and kind of move us into something. Guys, can you stand it? The Strength card, I just pulled it here and I cut the deck and it came out again. The universe isn't joking around. Hey, Anna, how are you doing? Oh, I'm so glad everyone's here. What does this say? Mary, Delicious 62 gave me 6 + 2 infinite 8 self-love message. Yes. And look, it comes up again, right? 8 and 8 comes up again. That's interesting. And then what's on the other side here? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So we had the Page of Pentacles and the Strength card. And when I cut the deck, we had the Knight of Pentacles and the Strength card. So I'm feeling like you've had a lot of discernment, maybe have felt stuck, not sure, like I said earlier, which way to go, what's leading you, what's calling you. And I feel like that discernment is paying off and that clarity is coming for us. So let's look further and see how this manifests for us. Thank you, Anna. Anna says, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yes, I agree. I agree. Help me help you, guys. Help me help you. And guys, don't forget that this is a general message. So if you're looking for a more personal reading, head over to my website at starswithstasi.com. And look, Ace of Pentacles comes through. So I do believe that we are being pushed to create something new in the material and share more of ourselves. With the Page of Pentacles, we've got the 6 of Swords, and with the Strength card, another number 8. Oh, thank you, Annette, so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that that donation there. So the 8 of Pentacles, or the 8 of Cups comes out. That's interesting. Gosh. So we've got 8. I mean, I've only pulled a few cards, and we have 8 showing up, 4 different times. So 8 of Cups, like I always say, the journey and the exploration of you is worth it. Being called to more because the universe is not on a budget, that is for sure. So ask for more, seek for more of yourself. And more doesn't mean, I have to keep saying this, does not mean that you are working and creating 8 days a week, right? That's not what I'm saying. It's saying that dig deep about what really is calling you. What's your purpose? What are you meant to express in this universe? And there's no wrong way to do it. The only thing that isn't going to work is to do nothing, right? And the universe isn't going to let you sit there. So that's the truth. After this time of hermiting and introspection and looking for how to create something, clarity comes and you start creating. And that's the thing. Just start doing it. Create the channel, do the thing, study the thing. There's no timeline essentially to complete anything. It's just about beginning it. And this Page of Pentacles is a curious seeker. And simply investigating that leads you to the Six of Swords, right? And the Six of Swords is after a time of turbulence comes, here's choppy waters. Oh, geez, it's backwards. Hold, please. I've got to find my footing here. Whoops. So here's the choppy waters. And we have people leaving a situation with just the clothes on their back and headed towards clarity, headed towards calm waters, success, right? 6, again, that number of harmonious union coming through. And then with the Strength card, gaining that confidence gives you that freedom to explore. So 8 coming through again. Hello, Nick and Prep. Hello. Thank you for coming. All right. So I actually said that wrong. Nick and Pep. The pup, right? So let's look further. So guys, don't forget to hit that poll in the comments. What is this? The moon card comes through. So I'm going to put that back in the deck. But we do have a full moon, right? I think it's a full moon in Aquarius happening. What, on the 9th, I believe, August 9th. And I think, right, just this is from memory because this wasn't what this reading was about, but I believe that the full moon in Aquarius is happening for Scorpio in their 4th house, right? You may want to look that up. And of course, that's going to be more relevant for Scorpio rising. This is based on the natal chart. But I believe it's 4th house energy happening for us. So perhaps you're being redirected from all of the financial decisions and all of the career focus and more of a home focus and your surroundings, right? What makes you comfortable? What is it that you need in your life? And it really depends on what stage of life you're in. But I think that most of us can agree that freedom is important, not being tied down to rules, regulations, people, situations, right? Anything unhealthy, right? The health right now is of big importance for Scorpio, right? So I think that it's going to lead you to a redirection, and being happy is going to be, and it really should be the forefront of your mind. What makes you happy? But I think that Hermit energy is saying, explore more about what makes you happy. What are you doing with your time and why are you doing it? That's coming through. That's a big deal coming through. I've got the Ace of Swords, clarity, understanding, conversations. Thank you so much, Nicole and Pepper. Thank you. I'm really grateful that you're here. I appreciate that donation. So Ace of Swords comes through. There could be clarity, conversation, inspiration coming through. Let's see. Oh, 4 of Swords. All right. I feel like that's confirmation of things happening in the 4th house because I'm seeing the number 4 again. I didn't prepare in that way, so I'm not sure. Wow, Ace of Wands. Jeez. Hold on a second. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, 4 of Swords. The universe is like, calm down. Lots of new things happening. We're calling you for more. We're calling you for better. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. It's important to notice which ace has not yet shown itself, and it's still early in the reading. We don't see the Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts, Ace of Cups. What am I saying? It doesn't, you know what I mean. Hold on. I knew I said something wrong there. I was like, Ace of... Who knows? Maybe I should play poker. I digress. All right, let's see. So Ace of Swords, 4 of Swords, Ace of Wands, inspiration, adventure, fun. I feel like that's also needed. Redirecting your energy, enlivening yourself with fun and joy. and going after it. I just keep hearing that. Go after it. Stephanie, I wish I could give you more thumbs up. I mean, you can hit that little heart. Just keep hitting it. I appreciate you guys so much. And I really do. You have no idea. You guys keep me going. I say that a lot, but I mean that. Another number 8. What is going on? We are meant to create. I'm telling you. So they want me to take it the way this came out. One moment. These two together and this. Thank you. All right. So with the Ace of Swords, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. This is all about 8s. I'm telling you, this reading is no joke. So the Ace of Swords with the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like Scorpio is going to be very focused on crafting something new, something and studying and picking up information. And I'm not sure that this is brand new. Give me one moment. Well, it's a new way of recreating something that matters to you, something of importance. So I'm getting this download, like it's not the first time you've thought of the thing. It's not the first time that this is, come across your field of energy, but it's the first time you're going to give it a real try. It's the first time that you're saying, okay, I'm going to really put energy into this, and I'm going to figure out how to do it. And I'm going to study it, and I'm going to craft it, and I'm going to get involved in communities that represent what I'm trying to do. This is learning as well, a higher learning. And I think that comes through because I talked about the Hermit card, and the Hermit card comes through twice. Now, interestingly enough, remember I was talking about dreams? So here in the Four of Swords, this could be rest and relaxation, right? And just taking a mental health break. But technically this person's laying down, right? And they're in their mind. But look what happens here, being clarified again by the Hermit card and the High Priestess. So that's interesting because with the High Priestess, right? Occult knowledge, deeper learnings, deeper wisdoms, the mystery of you. And how do you learn that? Again, 9 is a number of initiatory experience, 2, a number of relationship. That relationship with yourself is the relationship with your holy guardian angel. You see that coming through. The dreams are going to be very important. Write them down. Pay attention to that. If you're a person that doesn't like to write it down, do a voice note. It doesn't matter. Find what works for you. But there's something here definitely about the communication with your highest self, leading you to discover the mystery of you. What is it that you're meant to express? Wow. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that very much. Guys, thank you so much for all of the donations. I am ever so grateful. And I was just coming on here because I miss you guys, to be honest. I mean, it's been all the things, and I'm going to leave it at that. But I know I'm not alone, and I think that's what keeps me going. And I hope that each of you can find some peace here, right? No matter what your days look like. If you're feeling lost, if you're feeling like you need direction, if you're just feeling like you need to see a familiar face, come here. Because, I promise you, good vibes to all of us. So 4 of Swords with the High Priestess and the Hermit card coming through together. The discovery of you keeps coming through. The discovery of you. And then here we've got the Ace of Wands with the 5 of Cups. The universe is saying, turn around. Stop thinking about days of old. It's time to change that mentality and open up your heart to adventure, to freedom, to fun. Taking a leap of faith is going to be very important as well, and trusting that your guardian angel has you. Because listen, I don't have to keep telling you guys this, you already know, but just a kind reminder. You are You are your holy guardian angel. You are your highest self. You are what causes the dreams. You are the reason you get the pings and the numbers, right? We're living in a quantum reality. There are many versions of you. I could be a version of you, and that's why you're watching this. When I make videos, I make them for the future me, right? Because I know that there is a part of me somewhere out there in the universe that is going, God, I'm having a difficult day. Let me watch Stars with Stasi. And there's a part of me that goes, gosh, I'm having a difficult day. Let me get online and speak to my people. And I truly believe that's how it works. But that's just my belief. And, you know, all I can do is share of that and be open to how others believe and learn from that as well, if that makes sense. So there's something here to that, like trust in the messages and the guidance that you're getting. You know, I mean, we've had so many 8s show up, and 8 is a number of creation. And when you turn the 8 on its side, it is the lemniscate, right? If you can just imagine like the 8 on its side. And that's going to be the limitless potentiality being birthed into you, being birthed into all that is and all that was and all that ever will be, so to speak. So let's keep going. What else do we have here for us? What else do we have here? Oh, geez. Guys, I'm not even, stop it. Another 8 came up. Stop playing. Look, 8 of Swords came up. A few cards flew out with it, so we're going to take a look at that. Who is that? Trisha. Hey, Trisha, thank you so much. The discovery of you. Yes, it is the discovery of you. And who else can do it, right? Nobody else can do that work for you. So sit with yourself and be kind to yourself. Have compassion for yourself, right? And respect yourself. I can't say that enough. So let's talk about the 8 of Swords coming through. You're in your head. And when you are spending that time in the mental game, what are you saying, right? What are you saying about your finances? What are you saying about your family? What are you saying about your past? Even if you're just thinking it, thoughts become things. And so it's so important to get control of that. Even if it's just the recognition of, oh, there I go again. It's small steps of intentional thinking and living that lead you to that magical, intentional life. And that's all that magic is. It's you happening to life versus just life happening to you. There's a difference, right? And this 8 of Cups, I always say, is that magical journey of knowing that you have everything you need. 8 cups is good. Like there's nothing wrong with 8 cups. I'll tell you what, I fought hard as hell to get to 8 cups. But I'm here at the 8 cups and I'm like, you know, I want more. I'm meant to do more. I'm not sure what that looks like, right? But we're going to figure it out. And that's what I want for all of us. It's time, right? It's time to press forward, knowing that no matter what, the 8 of Cups is the bare minimum you're going to accept. That's the God's honest truth, right? If you're here, because you're here. You're here. This is where you are. Keep going. Find that strength. Find that 8 of Pentacles. And it's okay if you're in the 8 of Swords. Just be kind to yourself when you're here. And when you look back at yourself and your life with respect. Don't put that part of you down, you know, because I think that we all do that, especially when we are hermiting, when we're here and we say, oh, I wish I wouldn't have said that. I wish I wouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can wish it all day long, but it already happened. So keep going and say to yourself, you know, mad respect for who I was. Thank God, right? Thank God for that. Look, I'm going to show you what came out behind the 8 of Swords because it's just so expressive of what I said. So remember I was saying the past, right? Tower card shows up as part of your past. That's what's in your head. And then what do we have here? Victory. 6 of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. That Knight of Pentacles, yeah, it's the slowest moving knight in the deck. All right. But it's discernment. It's care and concern, right? It is, you worked really hard to get here. 8 of Cups. You worked really hard to get here. And now you don't want to F it up by changing. But that's what keeps us here in our heads. And the universe says, nope, it's okay. It's okay to proceed. right? Pass go, get that $200. If you're a Monopoly player, you know what I'm talking about. And out of curiosity, if you are a Monopoly player, do you collect go when you do you collect that $200 when you land, or what? Off topic question, but everybody plays it different. All right. What does that say? Both riders, two horses. Yep. Oh gosh, my 8 is my life path number. Ooh, you're going to be rich, girl. Keep going. I love that. 8's a good life path number. I mean, I'm a 7, right? 7s are very spiritual, but they're disruptors. We're disruptors. We're changers. Oof. I know that there's a lot of 7s on here. Stop it. I can't. This is another number 8. Are you kidding me? Listen, you know how I saw the tower card? I'm probably screaming. Sorry. You know how I saw the tower card and I was saying that was what has happened already? What's the card after the tower? The star card. Star card is number 17. What does 17 reduce to? 8. How many stars are above this person's head? 8. What is 8? A number of creation. My guardian angel's with me. I did a lot of prayer work before coming on here. So I always do, but today was extra special. I can tell you that for a myriad of reasons. And this is a healing card. This is Aquarius energy. And we do have that full moon in Aquarius. Ooh, I'm getting all the messages. Hold on. Show me. Geez, when they come through, I get emotional. That's the only thing. Sometimes doing lives really get me. All right, so here we go. I feel very strongly that the universe, again, is signaling you in their own special way. Each one of us is getting our pings the way that we're meant to get them. That's all I can say. For some people, it's numbers. Some people, it's dreams. Do not dismiss it. The universe is going well out of her way to get your attention and to show you your worth and your value and to stop you from speaking negatively of yourself and others. I mean, I will say this, the more magical you lead your life, right? The more intentionally you lead your life, the less you stop with hateful speech, the less you and hateful speech towards towards yourself. You won't be able to gossip. And I mean that, like, gossiping has got to be the worst and lowest vibrational form. I can't stand gossip. I mean, I detest it. And I won't stand for people talking about others in front of me. I don't like it. I literally tell them that's the most uninteresting thing I've ever heard. And I will look you straight in the face and say that. This is why I think I'm in hermit mode a lot. I shut it down. I can't hear it. And I look at people who gossip and I think, gosh, you're judgy. I wonder what your life is really all about. And I listen sometimes to what they're not saying because that's who they are. And I think that when you find yourself living an intentional life, wish granted, things start to happen in your favor because you don't allow the negativity of yourself or anyone around you. And I think that that's the star, literally the star right there. You'll notice when you're going through a spiritual upgrade, you can't do a lot of the things that you used to do. Your diet changes unintentionally. Your health starts to change in the best possible ways. You start to get more energy. Some people go through a period where they can't necessarily eat certain foods, right? Some people can't eat meat. Some people go back to eating meat. Your chemistry changes. It's interesting. So it is different for everybody, but start noticing the changes within you and let it guide you to your true calling, your true purpose. I feel like we are definitely navigating. You hear about the split, right? The great shift and the ascension, right? And it sounds so woo-woo, but it's happening. I mean, there are truths being revealed out there in the universe. And that says a lot about what's happening within each and every one of us, right? The veil comes down. And I'm also hearing you are the star. So for those of you that are in the public eye, I feel like you're going to get a lot of recognition for what it is that you're putting out in the universe. If you're considering And I have to say this, if you're considering starting a channel, even if it's just a public page for yourself, right? Where you just go, instead of a private, you just go public. There's something here about being recognized and really being accepted for the true version of you that you've been hiding. Two of Pentacles. And again, the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups has come through twice. Now, 5 and 5 is 10. Again, a new beginning with limitless possibilities, but the universe is calling you to A, show gratitude for where you are, for what was and what is, telling you to turn around and focus on what you have, and to allow bygones to be bygones and spin the perspective in a positive way that suits, ouch, that suits you. Hold on. You know, as much as that hurt, because it does when they come through, they're reminding me of a time when I first started my channel and how I was so self-conscious about getting the pings, right? Because it looks like I have some kind of Tourette's. Nothing against that, but I'm always like this, and it looks like I've got something going on. It appears like a serious psychiatric issue. And I used to think to myself, gosh, what are people going to think? Right. And sometimes I start crying on camera because the energy is so strong. And I used to get really self-conscious, like, what are people thinking? And then I stopped caring. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter, because this is what I'm meant to do. And I'm going to have to feel comfortable with who I am. And, 2 years later, almost 3 years, I recognize that I'm not alone in this. But I wouldn't have known that if I would have continued to hide. So I just share of myself in saying that whatever it is that you think is just so weird or that people are going to judge you on, let them. Screw them. Who cares? Let them judge you, because you're going to be helping twice as many people than you will be if you hide yourself because of the judgment of someone who, those gossipy people, they suck anyway. They've got a lot going on, which is why they're always focused on you and someone else. Does that make sense? So express yourself in whatever weird way, because trust me, after knowing what I know now, I guess I'm not that weird. I just didn't have the right humans around me. I was in the wrong space. And sometimes, even if that space isolates you from what the devil you knew, that's okay, because then you create room for what benefits you and what's true and what matters for what you're meant to do. I hope that makes sense. I'm channeling a lot of this, so I'm going to have to go back and listen to this myself. All right, so let's keep going with the Star card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. JNL, thank you so much, love. I hope you are doing well, and, I wish you the best of luck for your upcoming surgery and all of the health. And may you be able to release any addictions and afflictions with ease so that you can make room for the new life entering your circle. So for those of you that come here often and are in the chat, JNL is having some surgery that is going to heal her completely. And she's also welcoming a new grandchild here soon. So this is very exciting. We love babies. Oh, what does it say? My daughters call me on all of it. All the time for putting myself down. Yeah. And, our children, depending on how old you are, most of us that have children that are in their teens or older, our kids will call us out and they'll tell us all about ourselves because, we have to practice what we preach. And imagine if you were to hear your child or your loved one, right, saying nastiness about themselves. I mean, would you even allow that? Right? So they are a part of you. Think about that. Set the example, right? If you can't find yourself thinking that you're worth it, okay, I mean, you are, but if you feel somehow a mental block there, start seeing it as someone that you love until you can understand that you are the same thing, right? Do whatever mental trick you have to do, but just start getting intentional. It's important. It's so important. I can't say enough about that. All right, we've got the Star card with the Four of Wands, freedom, community, family, home. I still think this is also a validation of the fourth house, full moon in Aquarius. I don't know. Guys, just bear with me because I did not look that up, so I'm going by memory. But I really feel like that full moon is in our 4th house for Scorpio rising specifically. I mean, Scorpio sun will still feel it in their energy, but I feel like there is a redirection to refocusing on what's important at home, what's important in your health, what's important in your inner circle, right? Your very deep, like the deep darkies. And getting freedom involved and finding your people and your soul tribe vibes. And I talk about that a lot, but there's something here that like you've made a lot of space for the right energy, and that right energy comes towards you. There could be some celebration here also for those of you that are interested in the paradigm of marriage, you know, and interested in that type of relationship. There could be something here. I'm not the one for love readings. Let's just put that out there. I mean, I think we all know that. I'm not the one to do that, but every once in a while the energy's here. So you could be finding yourself in that kind of environment, or like a next level commitment of some sort. But again, this isn't about our pentacles. In this particular moment, this is about the emotional, the heart home is how it's coming through. Let me think on that, because they're telling me I'm not done with this. So give me one. Oh, okay. Hold, please. They just took my direction to the expansion here. 1 second. 1 second. God, they're loud. Sorry. It's just feel like there's just a bunch of energy trying to get my attention. They're showing me Will of the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows, and sky expansion. I'm getting pregnancy vibes, and I know that JNL's on here now. And so I know that you said your family's expanding, but they're pushing me past that. There's something here about expanding the family. So bear with me. Depending on what stage of life you're in, you may find yourself receiving news that a child is having a child, or they're deepening their commitment. And if you are at the stage of life where you are looking to expand your family, you may get very good news by September, before our solar return. So if you're not a Scorpio, just think before November. But I still feel like September, maybe at the latest October. So I think by November, you're telling people, this is not where I expected this to go, but that's okay. 1 second. Yeah, I just heard somebody might elope. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not the one to talk to about marriage. I'm more of a freedom kind of girl, but who knows, you know, maybe when it says treasures hidden in the shadows, you know how it works. The more you push something out of your world, the more it shows up. So who knows? Who knows, Scorpio? I say do you, be happy. Whatever calls to you is what's meant for you, right? It doesn't show up in your world if you're not meant to have it as a challenge or a victory. And that is the God's honest truth, right? I mean, it's just the way the world works. The universe shows you your catalog of options of what is possible for the script you've accepted before you came here to Earth School, and then you choose, right? And there's a lot of choice for us humans, right? 2 of Pentacles, choices. There is a lot of choice. There are some things I believe that are meant to happen regardless. There are certain crossroads the universe has placed you and will place you in because you are meant to fulfill certain things for your script. But yeah, there's a lot of choice here for sure. So go do it. Go do what makes you happy. It's either a lesson or a victory, but ideally it's both. Wow. Okay. So, oh, that was loud. All right. So the 2 of Pentacles is coming forward with the 6 of Pentacles. Balance is a key ahead. Stop. Look. And then look at this. Another 62, really. 2 and 6 here and 2 and 6 here. Six, harmonious union, things coming into balance. You know, because I was talking about the home being such a focus, I have to say that there could be a matter of inheritance even. I don't know. That just came through. And it comes through sometimes for Scorpios. Now, we're all about other people's money. So it comes through a lot for us. Settlements, insurance contracts paying out, inheritance paying out. You could be the recipient of a loan, right? Something coming forward for you, someone's generosity, a bonus. Like those kinds of things are coming through. And again, I'm still feeling like between now and our solar return, you'll start to see that manifest. I'm also feeling like with this Two of Pentacles, there needs to be a balance between your day-to-day and your home life. So again, there's this pull back to the home life, pull back to the roots, pull back to what's important to you. Some of you might even, now do you, okay, I'm not going to lecture anybody on this. Some of you might do like a DNA thing or Ancestry, 23andMe. I don't know. If you decide to do something like that, there's something here about being called to your roots. You might learn, like, I don't know. You might learn that you have, like I'm Spanish, Portuguese, Cuban, but I'm also a Juban, right? There's Jewish in my DNA. So you may find out something about that and be called to study more about your origins. Does that make sense? So consider that. It might even be just learning how to make a grandparent's recipe, right? That's coming to mind. So whatever that is, the universe is calling you again to something that isn't necessarily brand new, but it's new to you to actually pursue it, right? It's been a thought before and now you're pursuing the thing. And the universe says, allow yourself grace, because this Five of Cups has come through more than once now, and it's coming through with the Hanged One. And we talk about the Hanged One quite a bit. This person suspended from the tree of knowledge, and that's not comfortable, right? They're upside down. And this is number 12. So we talk about 1 + 2 is 3. 1, 2, 3, progressive steps, right? This isn't an overnight thing. This is something that's been marinating, something that you are willing to accept of yourself, something that you are leaning into instead of pushing it to the side. Allowing yourself the freedom to pursue you. The freedom to pursue you. Which means giving up of something else. And I think that's why this Five of Cups keeps coming through. You see how this comes through twice, and it's being clarified by this. It's the same card, different artwork, same card. And then this Hanged One comes through and says, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's how you are going to learn the mysteries with you. These are major life lessons, right? When we're talking about the first 7 cards, we're talking about conscious acts of will. Cards 8 through 14 is your subconscious, the intuitive mind. And cards 15 through 21 are the higher self, right? So these are major life lessons, major downloads, major things happening. The major arcana is the story of the gods. Who is God? You are God. I'm just sharing my beliefs, right? All is true. And when you're looking at the rest of the tarot, you're talking about everyday players, everyday life lessons. So these are major things that are happening in your world. And again, it's about the discovery of you. And it's about that pilgrimage for more. That pilgrimage for more, what matters, where you give your time and your energy and with whom you spend it with, leading you to freedom and community and where you thrive. Hey, listen, Rafa Mantra, thank you for joining me. Stay on, because I've got a message for you, actually. I will say this. You won the mini reading, and so I I'll leave it at that. You won the mini reading, but I'm going to do a mini reading for anybody, you know, who's on. I'll pick some people. So if you stay on, instead of doing it on the other channel, I'll do it on this one. Meaning, sorry, I'm half channeling. I'm trying to say, Rafa Mantra, stay on, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so the High Priestess, the Hanged One, and the Hermit coming through. Deeper learning of self comes through a period of discomfort, and that initiates you into the higher version of you, into an acceptance of what was, no longer is, and you move forward, and you work with what you have, and you build from that. I meant to pull this one out. That's interesting. All right, hold on. I'm going to keep going here before I look up and spend some time with y'all. Again, thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. I appreciate you, and I really appreciate you spending your time and energy with me, because you could be anywhere doing anything and you're here, and I don't take that lightly. Oh, shadow work. What? Another number 9. Come on. So this is number 27. Offended versus enlightened. So that's really good clarification on that 5 of Cups coming through twice. And then the Hanged One, saying you need to look at it differently and get something out of what's going on. So, you know, I've been in my feelings. I really have. In the last week or so, I just, all the things have been coming across my mind. And I have really sat with it instead of reacting. And, you know, I've just learned to respond. And the difference between reacting and responding is pause. That is really it. When you pause and you say, okay, why is this showing up? What's this about? Did that person wake up and say they were going to screw me over? Was that their goal? If it was, they don't belong in my life. And if it wasn't, why am I feeling so offended? Right? There's something there. So the difference between offended and enlightened is the pause that you take, the introspection. Why is the universe calling you to that? What's got your goat? I'm picking up Capricorn energy, actually. So you could be, I don't know. I'm seeing the devil card, so I'm picking up Capricorn energy. You could have Capricorn in your top 3, or you could be dealing with the Capricorn. I don't know. Take that for what it is, but I just saw that devil card show up in my mind. So offended versus enlightened. And it's very possible that the very things that piss you off, right, the things that really irritate you or get your goat, might be exactly what leads you to that moment of enlightenment. So toy around with that idea, because I'm feeling this could mean a lot of things for a lot of different people. But at the end of the day, have respect for your past, because it is still part of you, and allow it to teach you something. And in those moments of anger, in those moments of upset, understand the choice is yours. You keep that person around or that situation around, that's up to you. But the universe has shown you what you need to see. So if you're going to stick around with something, make sure to gain something out of it. Don't just be drained by people, places, and situations. All right, so let's look at the manifesting card. It says, I'm learning to pause if it's not kind. It might be true, but not worth it. Right? That's, I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, here's the thing. Everything's true, in my opinion. That's the reality. It's true for somebody. It's true for the person telling it. It might be true for the person hearing it. It might be true for the person expressing it, but it's true to someone, but it doesn't mean it's true for you. That's where the discernment comes in. You don't have to accept it just because it was said. You don't have to deal with it just because it was done. It just is, right? But until you say, yep, I accept it. Yes, it's true. Then it's not. It's just true for them. And that's okay. People, like, I share a lot of my beliefs on this channel, right? Because I'm hoping that it resonates with someone. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make it fact. It makes it true for me. And my truths change often as I learn and excel and expand and explore. my truths change, and they're meant to. That's my reality. I'm meant to ebb and flow and change and shapeshift. I've talked about that a lot. I am a shapeshifter, take it or leave it. But I do not stay the same for any period of time. I get bored, as a matter of fact. So I like to change a lot. And some people in my life don't love that. Well, they're not in my life anymore, and that's the way it is. I mean, it's just how I roll. This reads, I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that is available to me. Well, the guardian angel has spoken. And the response is, I am in awe of the magnificence and the guidance that's available to me. Imagine that you are a star in the sky, because I talk about that a lot. I've always said that you're a star in the sky and you gave birth to you so that you could see yourself. And here you are. And then there's a part of you up there just kind of going, that's interesting. Oh, that's not the best idea. Oh, I wonder how that's going to turn out. And then if you find yourself in deep shit, that star goes, hey, 888, 888. Hey, here's a dream. Wow, this one's not getting it. Okay, we're going to send you a human that's going to redirect you. And then the star says, why am I still putting up with that shit? Haven't I shown them enough? All right. I mean, think about it. Think of what you do for your child. And if you don't have children, think about what you do for your loved one. Think about what you would want to see those important to you excel, right? You want to see the best for people, I would hope. And imagine that you're going well out of your way to make sure that you are making good decisions. So don't repaint people when they show you who they are. Don't allow for people, including you, to speak about you in a way that's negative, because you have earned the respect of the 8 of Cups, right? You are there. You've earned that place, and now you're worth more. You want to do more. So be in awe of the guidance that is available to you. It's there for a reason. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this portion of the reading, but please hang tight because I will definitely be picking some people from the comments section to do a little mini read. And as I always say, that we are all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, and we really are doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it. All right, here we go. Now, Rafa Mantra. I hope I'm saying your name right. Now, Rafa Mantra, RAFAMANTRA, has started a TikTok channel. And that, I don't know, she did her first live yesterday, I think it was, and very now interested in medical astrology. And I would say that go follow her. So give me 1 second while I put these cards in some kind of order, but I'm going to be doing a little MIDI reading for you. So instead of doing it on the weekly for Scorpios, I'm just going to do it now. And then if you guys want to hang out, there is a delay between what I say and who I see on the comments. So just bear with me, but I will be picking some people from the audience just so that we can chill out. So let's see. Hey, Maria, thank you so much for joining. Mojo Tarot, our Divine Masculine, is on. Go watch him. He's on YouTube, right? He's also on Insta, does all the readings, does a lot of lives, a lot of live streams, does all 12 signs, which is something, guys, that I am looking to want to do. And I don't know about doing 12 different readings a week. It's just, that kind of energy is too much. But this channel is about to make some changes. And just for those of you that are on, I definitely am interviewing Lon Milo Duquette. He'll be on my channel next week, and we are going to go over the Tarot Architect. There's an amazing 3-day workshop at the Joshua Tree happening in March, and I'm going to that. Anna is going as well. And so I've got some people that I magic with that are also going. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and more to come on that. But you can look that up. It's happening again, Joshua Tree, Lon Milo Duquette. And I did interview, and that will be posted soon, the owner of Magical Retreats, who is hosting that workshop amongst others that she hosts. Her name is Tona Lisa Rugos. And I interviewed her yesterday, but so that's being edited and all the things. And then Raven Digitalis will be back on my channel as well. So I'm expanding Stars with Stasi, and I'm going to be including more magic and possibly doing collective readings as well. So I hope that you guys have the energy to support that. But I will still be doing Scorpios because you guys are just, you know, part of me. So, all right, Rafa Mantra. Let's look at what we have here. And also, guys, let's send her good healing vibes for a broken ankle that she is healing herself through healing frequencies, right? Using, I believe it's like a tuning fork. She's got some videos up here on YouTube as well, but I think that that's really, really interesting. So let me clear this energy. All right, Rafa Mantra. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, give me the highest and best messages for my sister, right? We are all sisters. Let's go ahead. What is it? I feel like this reading really was, part of it was for you, right? I just felt like that. Oh shit, look, Scorpio energy coming through. Change, transformation happening. It says, I used to do that years ago. I used to do that all 12 signs, and I just found that it was exhausting. Here we go, temperance. I was just talking about your healing. I was just saying about your healing, your ankle. Temperance is showing up. But I also think this is about balancing your gifts. And I feel like having like multifaceted focus. What? Hold on. A multifaceted focus. 1 second. There's a temperament here to be had, right? Like you have many gifts and can be doing many things. And there's no need for you to niche yourself. I feel like I've gotten that same advice recently as well. And that could just be for anybody who's left here watching this. It's like, don't niche yourself. Go ahead and explore, expand, excel, right? That was last week's theme and still going on to this week. You know, you can do the TikTok, you can do the YouTube, you can, whatever the energy calls for you. And you can do the medical astrology. You can teach others about healing frequencies. And the universe is saying, play around with it, have fun, raise the vibration through exploration. And because I feel like you are being called also to heal of yourself and others, wherever you land in a healing fashion is going to be where it's at for you. That's going to give you the most pleasure. What is this? Knight of Pentacles, give me 1 second. Maybe a period of discernment and slowing down. 8 of Swords comes through as well. 1 moment. Knight of Wands. Oh, hold on. I don't know what your relationship status is, but here we've got the 2 of Cups coming through. 8 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Temperance. Listen, just when I was doubting, because I don't like to talk about relationships too much, the universe is forcing me right now because the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So I'm going to give this a second, because are you in a relationship, or have you been in your head about getting into one? Because one might be coming your way, or something great is happening with the one you already have. So like I said, hey, Genevieve. So I know that Genevieve, you're another one with a new channel that I'm excited about. I know that you're healing and doing all the things. So I'm not 100% sure if you're in a relationship or you're considering it. But here we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. So late to the party. Elizabeth, there's no late. You're here. I love it. So Temperance card coming through. You could be healing through a difficult relationship, and the universe is calling you again to explore love in your life once more. Or you could be in your head because someone's taking too long with this Knight of Pentacles. So it's really could be one of those messages here. Hmm. What? The shadow side, which is the devil energy. It maybe you have been in the past in a difficult relationship with like narcissistic energy, and that's been holding you back from being free with someone else. Again, I don't know. I generally don't do the love readings, but this is the vibe I'm getting. So you're gonna have to, if it's not love for you, you're gonna have to apply this to whatever this reads for you. But there has been a period of a stall where you've been in your head. And in my mind, I'm asking, what's that about? And the devil card showed up. So it says, I would love a healthy relationship. No one on my radar. Yeah, I'm the same way. A next situationship tried last month. I shut that down. Okay, good. I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad you shut it down because the universe is saying something new is coming. And this one's going to be worth your time and energy. And I think that now that I'm re-looking at this, another way to see this temperance, I still feel that this is for you and your channel and all the things. But I feel also that this temperance is like healing through this BS energy of the devil card coming in. And then I feel like that person, that situation did a number on you, actually. So let's just pull one more card and find out about this. You know what? They're pulling my mind to that four of wands earlier. And the fact that I was holding my throat, I feel like in the past you weren't able to really be yourself, speak your mind, do the thing, and maybe the person that you were with in the past was not the best environment for you to shine that unique light and be the healer and the things that you are actually. And so I feel like now somebody more aligned comes through. Oh yes, Queen, look at this. And then we're going to wrap it up. But I've got the Queen of Pentacles coming through and the Empress card. So, you know, depending on what you're looking for, this does tell me that there is more energy focused on home, love, family, building. You know, you might find yourself, if you don't already have a pet, you might find yourself getting a pet or, like for me, I'm not a pet. I love pets, right? I love other people's pets. I don't have the capacity. I don't want to right now take care of something like that. But I've got a shit ton of plants, and I'm starting to wonder. I think a dog might be easier, but you know, I feel like that energy's coming through. There's a focus here on your home, your life, what makes you happy, being stable and secure. And I do feel like you do have new energy coming in. Where this is coming from, I'm not sure. I feel like this is somebody brand new. And, you know, being that you are starting more work on TikTok and you're doing more out there on the internet, you might be approached by somebody who keeps an eye on you and just somebody that supports your work. So keep an eye out for that because I think that's coming your way. But heal up, Buttercup. And I am going to be looking into that tuning fork for my parathyroids. Thank you for that. That suggestion. All right, let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Genevieve, let's do you. Oh, shit. I didn't. Hold, please. Oh, girl. Hold on. So Genevieve has started a new channel on Instagram, and that's going to be at bonjour_Genevieve. So Genevieve, if you want to put that down in the description box. I don't know if it's going to let you put out the whole channel, but you can, I think you can put out like the @ and then the name of the channel. So that's going to be a channel focused, at least right now, on fashion and beauty and all the things. But I feel like that's going to be expanding. I feel strongly that that's going to include travel for you. So keep an open mind, because as I had that ping before, the card that flew over was the Ace of Wands. Now, on this channel, and for me, the Ace of Wands means two things: a brand new sexual adventure, traveling, and moving forward. So there could be a little bit of both, who knows? But I feel like with this, I think new adventure. And I just see for you, and I've seen this for a while now, I feel like there is something about to happen where you travel and do like a travel vlog. So again, maybe go explore what's important to you and keep pursuing what makes you happy with the fashion and all the things. But again, I feel like there's more. There's more. Oh, shit. Look, girl. Ace of Pentacles coming through, right? Whatever you are doing next is going to be something new in the material. But then we've got the Four of Wands, right? Freedom. This could be a serious relationship coming through. It could be a new move also. I love that for you. Hold on. Tell me more about what's going on with Genevieve, please. I just keep hearing travel. And I know that right now that seems like a far-fetched idea because you've got a lot of stuff going on. However, just bear with me. The universe works out things when they are meant to be. Oh, girl, look. Queen of Wands, very attractive and magnetic, right? Getting a lot of attention. Yes, getting a lot of attention. That's good. That's good with what you're doing. Seven of Pentacles, maybe at first wondering, like, how am I going to do all this? How am I going to make the time to do all these different things that I'm being called to do? Something here about also being resourceful with the Four of Pentacles coming through, right? Investing your money in a way and investing your time in a way that, how should I put it? Like, brand deals and things like that. People will send you things. Like there's something here about being smart about your money. Give me 1 second. And this one. Oh. This is a different deck, right? We know this. So 8 shows up twice. 8 of Swords with the 8 of Cups. And where I literally just said a minute ago, don't be so in your head. Oh, my goodness. All right. When I was saying a minute ago, don't be so in your head, the universe will work it out for you. That's literally being reflected in the 8 of Swords and 8 of Cups, right? Don't get so in your head about how it's going to happen or if you can do it or, you know, I'd love to do a travel channel, but I can't afford, like, don't even put that out in the universe. Just say, yeah, I'm open to doing a travel channel if you are. I see it for you. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? But I mean, it means it's very possible. It does mean that because I'm super psychic. I digress. The point is 8 of Swords and 8 of Cups. Being called to more. Traveling. 8 of Cups. 8 of Swords. Can I, should I, will I? Well, 4 of Cups says, you know, yeah, I mean, changes are happening. Maybe you're focused on the current. The universe says new is coming in for you. It may feel like a challenge, but challenges turn into victories. And here we've got the Hanged One coming through. And then right under the Hanged One, we have the 6 of Pentacles, things coming into balance financially and otherwise. And I feel that, you know, as the universe changes and progresses for you, it leads you to a type of freedom that enables you to make this next step. Right. And let me just check. The Sun card shows up. And so we're going to leave it at that. The Sun card shows up. No matter what happens next, take a pause because it's good for you. It's going for you. I don't know. Maybe you're going to end up at the Joshua Tree with me and Anna and anybody else who wants to join, right? Because that's going to be a fun trip. Again, that's March of 2026, March 19th through the 23rd. The classes are from the 20th through the 22nd. And if you are curious and want to know more about that, I'm going to be doing another segment specifically just for the magical retreats and the tarot architect at the Joshua Tree. But if you want to know more, reach out to me on Instagram or email me and I'll send you all the info if you want to get a head start on that. So hello, Maria. Now I want to just see, give me one. I need the mouse here. Give me 1 second. Stephanie, are you still on here? So Annette, Nikki and Nicole and Stephanie, are any of you still on here? because I can't, it's going to take like 3 minutes before I see your names. So Stephanie, yes. Stephanie, which Steph are you? Or because there's so many Stephanies. Are you the are you She Thrives, Stephanie? Which Stephanie are you? Nick, yes. Okay, Nicole, yes. All right, stay on. And then Annette, if you're still on, let me know. So if we're going to start with Stephanie. Stephanie, I'm trying to figure out which one you are. No. I'm She Thrives. Perfect. Okay. Yes, that's the oh wait, there's too many Stephanies. Okay, well, damn. So I was talking about Stephanie She Thrives, but we can do Stephanie Hayes too. This is how we're going to do it. Stephanie Hayes, Stephanie She Thrives, Nicole. Yes. All right. Hang tight. I can do this. We're going to do like a card or two. Stephanie Hayes. Stephanie Hayes. Stephanie Hayes. I'm going to pull from the Audacity deck. I don't know. It's what I feel. I don't know. These cards are fun, actually. All right. What do you got for Stephanie Hayes? Stephanie, okay. I'm going to say Stephanie Hayes is Stephanie, and I'm going to say the other Stephanie is She Thrives. Just bear with me. All right. Stephanie Hayes, I feel like I'm seeing the strength card again. I'm seeing like courage, strength, have confidence. All right. What did we get here? The Lovers. Now, the Lovers card in this deck is going to be different than what we're used to. The Lovers card in this deck means something else. I'm going to show you here, Stephanie, the Lovers card, and this is from the Audacity deck. And I am going to read this. Now, give me 1 second. I have to fix my screen. Voila. Un momento, Stephanie Hayes. Because in this deck, oh, child, I can't look at both. In this deck, this is number 3. And this reads, here we go. Love is gentle, love is kind. Your love is of the eternal kind. These lovers aren't all rainbows and roses. They are forever pushing up daisies. Your message. You're committed. You're in it for the long haul. Nothing is going to change your mind. You're willing to go to your grave with it. Whatever you're asking about, it is here to stay. So if you have something in your mind that you've been toying with, whether it be a situation, a desire, a person, a place, I feel like the universe is saying it's not always going to look pretty, but you are committed to you. And that's how I feel. Like, I mean, this could be about another person, but just my own perspective. I don't feel that we are meant to, as individuals, to commit to another human being in such a way that we will die with it, right? I think that people are meant to ebb and flow, and relationships are meant to ebb and flow. So take this for how it means for you, right? But whatever it is that you're doing, the commitment is noticed. The commitment to you, the commitment to the betterment is important, right? Also, traditionally, the Lovers card is about being at a crossroads, and that number 3 is about creation. So let's see. With Sky, I'm so pleased I randomly ended up here. Well, so am I. Welcome home. Make sure to subscribe, and you will always get notified. All right, Queen of Swords energy comes through with you, Miss Hayes. Queen of Swords, right? Being able to see clearly the truth of the matter, the truth behind something. And you know, what's interesting is on this hand, it reads about a commitment and taking something to the grave. And on this hand, it says, you know, no, but I'll cut you off once I see what's really true for me, right? Because the Queen of Swords has one hand extended for what serves her. And then she's got the sword in the other, right? Like a surgeon's knife, cutting away what doesn't serve her. And I think there's discernment here as well. Make sure that the commitment you take to the grave is the commitment to you. If you're going to push up daisies for anybody, let it be for you. Because the stronger you are and the healthier you are, the more healthy and strong the environment around you is, right? So And I also feel like with the pushing up daisies, it's more or less like saying when you put your will and intention into something, right, it will grow no matter what that environment looks like. But at the end of the day, you have to place it somewhere healthy for it to continue to grow, if that makes sense. All right. Hey, Gabrielle. Gabrielle. I always want to call you Gabriel. Every time. Oh, interesting. Justice card shows up too. Things coming into balance, number 11, which is a gateway to freedom. If I didn't know any better, this almost reads like, I don't know. You know, in my mind, I feel like this. It could be a divorce or something coming to pass, right? I'm not sure. But I don't even know that I would have gone that route except for that Lover's card coming up to begin with. If anything else, if it wasn't for that Lover's card, I would say that you are really making very specific decisions that bring your life into balance. And if somebody's out there owing you something, right, it's coming back around to you. And then the Death card and the Magician card. Yeah, creating the reality you want to see through major transformation and it happening. And things do come out into balance. But I feel like you do have to make some... Look, the best thing I can say is if you were a person that was sticking it out in a situation, no matter what, it might be time to see it for what it is and make strategic moves to bring things into balance. And that's going to be through burning down the house, right? That Scorpio energy burning down the house. Magician, living an intentional life to make it happen. So I hope that that helps because that's how I'm seeing it. Page of Cups, something new coming in, something more meaningful is how it comes through. And I also see the Wheel of Fortune, right? Luck and right timing. So let's see. I hope that was helpful. That Audacity card kind of threw me off. So I don't know. You're going to have to see what that means for you. That's interesting, though. I wonder. All right. She Thrives. I'm going to go here. You're getting an Oracle card. What do we have for She Thrives? Also, Stephanie. You could put Stephanie Thrives and then I'll know who you are. All right. Oh, you know what? Also, okay, all three. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to gift 5 memberships. Now I have no control over who they go to. But there we go. Congratulations to whoever won these memberships. YouTube does not let me have a say, but congratulations to y'all. Who do we have? Caitlin, Girl on Glow. I love that name. E. Johnson. Orlinda Diaz and Bonnie Corey. Love that. All right. What do we have? She Thrives. I've got Moon Maidens, Overflow and Plenty. Yes. And Radical Acceptance. So I'm going to break these down. These are my little numerology cards. I mean, they're not meant to be, but that's how I read them. All right. So Moon Maiden. We've got number 41. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 4 is the number of foundation. 1 is the number of a new beginning, also the number of self. And here we have a new beginning coming through change, coming through potentially disruption. But that disruption builds a stronger foundation of self. We've got overflow and plenty. Actually, it reads overwhelm and plenty, but it's overflow. I'll show you. You see that? Here, hold on. I have to fix my screen. It keeps ducking out. Sorry. All right. So overflow is overwhelm and plenty, which is number 43. Again, that number of foundation with the number of creation leading to number 7. 7 is a higher learning, introspection. You know, you might feel like you're up against some challenges, right? Because it does show disruption, but that disruption, like I'm literally seeing a plant, right? A seed coming up through the ground and just, you know how when you're looking at a plant, it's like shaking as it's coming up and then all of a sudden it just blooms. That's how it comes through. But that happens through radical acceptance, beloved, radical acceptance. You got to lean into it. You got to lean into all those parts that you've been trying to shut down, no matter what that looks like, no matter how that feels initially, you've got to lean into it. Oh, wow, guys, what's this? Buying memberships weren't in the list before, but now, oh, wow, thank you. I'm sorry, I just got distracted. Thank you so much, JNL. I really appreciate that. Wow, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Congratulations to everyone. But yeah, that's how it's showing through. It's showing through that there is that period of discomfort and this period of like really feeling a little bit overwhelmed with what the universe is handing you. But that is about you learning the strength of it all. And I feel like Scorpios, I swear we don't need any more reminders with how strong we are. I mean, I feel like a professional bodybuilder at this point, but leave no stone unturned. Radical acceptance. I think that's the big lesson right here. That's what I'm hearing. Of all the things you can do, the universe wants you to, I feel like I could cry. The universe wants you to accept all parts of you. I'm literally hearing, stop talking trash. And I know I preach that a lot, but for you specifically, it's coming through like respect yourself. Respect yourself. And then respect is the only thing you attract. It says a new job, maybe. Let's see. Totally need, but generally overwhelming. It could be a new job if you're having disruption in the material right now. Because I have the Wounded Warrior coming up. And the Wounded Warrior, I don't really love that saying, right? But it does tell me that you've been through it. You've been through it. And then the World card comes out. So this is the end of that chapter. And you're moving forward with something different for sure. And the Sun card comes out. Look, whatever's going to happen next, I think as long as you accept where you are, it can happen. So meaning, if something is feeling totally overwhelming to you and you're not getting good vibes from it and it's overwhelming, sit with it. Why is it overwhelming you? Is there another version of this that exists that might draw your energy into it easier, right? So there's something about... I feel like you're being pulled to something different, but you've got to accept that it may not look the way you had thought. And if something doesn't feel right, don't push that. Don't push that, right? Just you can look for the same thing reimagined elsewhere. You will intuitively feel an ease with it, right? Change can be difficult, but I know that when things change for me, and they change a lot, I pray for it to come with ease in the transition. And I put a lot of intention in, if it's meant for me, it has to happen with ease. Otherwise, I can't. And I don't want to. And the universe has granted that for me, and when I get overwhelmed, I literally stop and I say, this is overwhelming. I need help. And I'm not afraid to ask the universe for help. I don't do it with humans, but I'll ask the universe, and the universe always provides. So find your path, because I feel like you are being pushed into something different. And the universe is ready to assist you through this process. And as a matter of fact, the card at the end of this was the crossing, the initiation. Change builds a stronger foundation. And this is about being at that crossroads and taking that leap and trusting that you're being led to do the right thing. All right, let's see. I feel like there was somebody after She Thrives. Annette, but I don't see Annette is still on here. So it was Nicole. Boom. All right, hold on. Let's see. All right, after Nicole, I'll probably pick one more. So make sure to comment so I know who is still left on here before I go. Gabrielle, I haven't figured out how to join the membership. Okay, my love. So when you're done with this reading, right, you just go to like the YouTube homepage where my channel is, and you're going to see different slots, right? You're going to see like videos, lives, posts, right? It'll have like different tabs. There's a membership tab. You just click that and you can join there. Other than that, I think that there might be, I think that's the way to do it. There's sometimes there's a button there. Let's see. All right, Nicole. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to focus on Nicole. Give me 1 second. They want this one. That's interesting because you saw how much I shuffled that. I feel like this was one of the cards that we started with, intuition. I could be wrong, but give me 1 second. Oh, all right. So intuition and playfulness. That's the advice for you. Intuition and playfulness. This says intuition versus fear, connecting to the soul, trust yourself and source. And there's also an energy here of playfulness. So leaning into your intuition, following, you're welcome, my love, following the playfulness, loving the vibes. Give me 1 second. Let me get just a little bit more on that. Queen of Wands and the Devil card. You don't take yourself too seriously right now. Go have some fun. And I feel like you're getting a lot of attention. Make sure it's the attention that you want. That's the other thing. You could be tempted. I feel like temptation might be knocking at your door. So just make sure it's for your benefit or that you're going to get something out of this situation. One moment. 2 more for Nicole, please. What about this intuition? You know, if you, because the intuition card showed up and the devil card showed up, if you're questioning somebody's motives in your life, pay attention to your intuition, right? If something feels too good to be true, or you're being called into a situation that you're like, I don't know about this. I don't know that I trust it. Trust your gut. Something here. But I also feel like you're attracting someone into your life, like a partner. What's this? Interesting. I don't know that these are for you, but I'm just gonna mention them. I see the Moon card with the 3 of Swords, and I see the Sun card. So ultimately, right, you might be healing through a period of difficulty, or you've got something going on with the Moon card. I feel like somebody... With this 3 of Swords and the Moon card, if you feel like somebody's hiding something from you, or something just doesn't feel quite right, follow your instincts because you're not wrong. The Sun card comes through, and I feel like where things have been hidden, they definitely come out to light for sure. And like you've got the 6 of Swords, better days ahead coming forward for you with the Knight of Wands. Listen, all I can say is if this is a new relationship or somebody coming new your way, I don't know, trust your gut. That's the best thing I can say. Have fun with whatever you do next, but trust your intuition, because you've got cards of seeing clarity after the fact. Yeah, so pay attention and stay focused. You've got the 8 of Pentacles with the Hanged One. So take a second look at something, and I don't know this. I don't want to put anything negative out there, but if you've been dealing with somebody, and it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be any number of things. Work and life has been a lot of change. Trust your gut on something or someone. I don't know if this is a friendship, a business deal. There's something here where the universe is trying to get your attention and show you the truth of the matter on something. And again, it doesn't necessarily come to light right away. But deep down inside, something is calling you to take a second look. So that's the best thing I can say there. Is there anything else? It was shit. So the Tower card flew out. And I would just say that, again, follow your gut, because something does change in a way that maybe you didn't expect, but you deep down inside had a feeling on. So if you're saying that, work has become a lot of change, it might be pulling you in a different direction. But if something comes out of nowhere, right? Because the Tower card doesn't have to be a disruption in the negative. It could be a disruption in the best possible ways. And you also had the Queen of Wands, so getting attention from others and being noticed, right? And specifically, you could be being noticed for your looks. And I know how that sounds, but you're an attractive woman, so you could be getting noticed because you do a lot of things like makeup and things like that. So it could be that you're getting noticed for something that you do, for the way you look, the way you present yourself, what you put out into the universe. So take that how it resonates, but use discernment in your decisions moving forward. Ask a lot of questions, do your due diligence, and follow your instincts, because I believe that you are attracting a lot of things, and not everything is meant for you right now. So table what doesn't feel right, lean into what does, investigate what seems too good to be true, and be discerning with your energy. Because that 6 of Swords and that Sun card coming out together says, look, at the end of the day, these lessons lead to victory, but it's about testing yourself and understanding your worth. So take that how it resonates, but I wish you the best, my love, and thank you so much for your kind donations. What does it say? Stacy. Oh, I'm here. All right, Stacy. All right. Hold on. All right. All right. I'm starting to get a little staticky. My guides are telling me it's time to start wrapping it up. And I don't know about anybody else, but like when my guides have, or when it's time for them to kind of move it along or tell me to move, I hear like static, like shh. Not like shh, but like static. I don't know. All right. Oh, shit. Hold on. 4 of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. Interesting. In this Knight of Wands, this person's jumping through hoops, jumping through fire. You see that? I'm trying not to. There we go. Knight of Wands, jumping through fire. The 4 of Pentacles, focused on the home. Huh. The Tower card. Shit. Why? Knight of Cups. Child, are you in between humans? What is this? I'm thirsty. Hold on. It just got very hot in here. Are you? You're welcome. I'm open, and I feel that you are just confirming so much as I move forward. Oh, I appreciate you too, my love. Story of my life. Are you in between humans, Stacy? Are you dating 2 people, or? Because if this is not about dating, this could just be that you are jumping through hoops to get like confirmation on something, or to Louise, and I feel like, hold on one second. Stasi still here. Appreciate how you're spot on readings align. Yeah, Stacy, you're in between humans? I mean, okay. All right. Okay, well, listen. I feel... oh, shit. Look, all I know is that maybe the universe is calling you towards matters of the home. Again, I feel like that full moon is in our 4th house. I don't know. I'm going to have to really look that up because that keeps coming up. If I'm wrong about that, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm telling you, I didn't look it up. So Knight of Cups is here with the Tower card. Knight of Wands with the 4 of Pentacles. Page of Wands. How many people are you dating, girl? And the 4 of Wands. Oh, shit. Hold on. Well, listen. One relationship comes to a close. That's it. One relationship comes to a close. The universe has something more in store for you. You might come across somebody who isn't as honest as you'd want them to be, meaning like they might be a player, but I mean, you're dating people too. You're just in the dating game. So that could be it as well. But you might find yourself with a real commitment down the road, which is why there's going to be a sudden disruption in the, she says, kind of. Hold on. I need a reading with you. Well, listen, there's no timeline here. You guys can book a reading with me with the schedulers open, right? Because sometimes I'm not taking clients, but I am currently taking clients. So if the scheduler is open, just head over to my website at starswithstasi and you can get yourself a reading. Hold on. Girl, why the 4 of Cups shows up again? I mean, the 4 of Wands. So this is twice. I don't know if you're in the market for marriage or if you are in the market for a more next level commitment. But this is the second time it's shown up for you with the Judgment card, 6 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. I don't know. You had a couple of fire signs show your way. So the best I can tell you is this can be looked at as one of two ways, right? And yes, Anna and I are both accepting men at this point. Yes, Anna, I'm calling you out. I saw you called yourself out. I mean, she and I are not having, shit luck at this point. But, we only want what's worth our time. And I think that's what the universe is saying for you as well. 2 4s coming through with the 6 of Pentacles. This is something more balanced. But yeah, with the Judgment card, I feel like you're being called to a relationship that's worth your time, your energy, and leads to greater things, and something more balanced as well. And it's also going to be very important that whoever you're with, hold on, Stacy, is a show. Wait 1 second. There. I had to fix that. I'm sorry. So the YouTube was hiding it because it said shit, but we do allow shit on this channel. My men acceptance age is 40 to coffin at this point. Listen, girl, I'm almost 50. I'm at that coffin stage. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I actually am accepting applications as well. Let's see. So Stacy, back to you. I feel like you had the 4 of Pentacles show up. You had the 4 of Wands show up. You had the Emperor show up. And so that tells me that there's a couple of things going on. I think, first of all, you need somebody who's financially stable. That's and abundant, not just stable. You need somebody who can, you don't want to be somebody's like sugar mama. And I don't know why that came up, but it did. And I feel like you need somebody who has their shit together is what's happening. And so the universe is going to kind of like make that happen for you. Anything else for Stacy? What is the main thing Stacy needs to walk away here with? 2 of Swords. Girl, I don't know who you're around or what you're doing, but this says make a decision. Make a decision. So 2 of Swords, if you are in between 2 humans, right? If you're in between 2 different situations, you're going to have to aim for whatever serves you, whatever makes more sense. And it's time to cut away like dead weight. Page of Swords. 5 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, on one hand, something's going to become a lot of tension. And on the other hand, something's going to become... So if you are between 2 people, like one person's going to come forward with a lot of tension and you're going to end that. And another person's going to make you think more about what's best served in your near future. But the biggest thing that I heard that I was able to channel was just about no matter what comes next and who you are spending your time with, they have to add value. They have to have their resources in order. They have to have their emotional, their EQ, right? Emotional intelligence, right? 1 second. Yeah. Let me see. Interesting. 8 of Wands, Justice. It's like this is the time to take action to have something more balanced in your life. That's the best thing I can say. So you might find yourself in a little bit of back and forth with some people in your life, but it's pushing you towards something else. All right. Now, for anybody else, I can tell you that I am running a little low on energy. So at best, if I call your name, you get 1 card. All right. So who's that? I saw somebody's name earlier. All right. Elizabeth, 1 card. Elizabeth, King of Swords. Time to make some decisions. Decisions and the visionary. So clarity comes your way wherever you've been stuck, right? I feel like some conversations, and also actually let me just pull that back. I mean, all of that's true, yes. But if you're going through something that seems overwhelming, this is also pointing to hire a professional. For example, your house is overwhelmed and you need to, I don't know, organize stuff and get rid of old stuff and all the things. Hire somebody to help you, right? You're going through a legal situation, get an attorney. Something's mentally bothering you and you're stuck with something, hire a therapist. I don't know. You're going to have to take it for what that is for you. But the 1 card for you is King of Swords. you know, and I feel like that's what that means for you. Trisha's best life. Trisha's best life. Trisha's best life. Oh shit. Trisha, you're going to get 2 cards. Trisha, so the tower came out. So sudden change, right? Yeah. All right, Luis, I'll come to you. So sudden change happening. Why sudden change? Oh, because you're healing through something, right? Unless, look, God, unless you're in some relationship and you think somebody's cheating on you, we're going to take it at face value. If you think somebody's cheating on you, they are, you're going to find out, you're going to end it. If it's not that, you're healing through something that was pretty tumultuous, and you're going to find strength from that with the strength card. So face those demons. But I feel like no matter what madness that was that just decided to show up for you, it leads to a victory, but you've got to face it. You got to face the deep darkies. All right. So Sky. Sky, 7 of Swords, being strategic with your words. That's how that's coming across. Be strategic in your words. You might have to lay it down for somebody. You're going to tell somebody how it is. Shit. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like, Sky, you're about to let somebody have it, but you can do it with grace. You can do it and get your point across. And I feel like if you are involved in some kind of competition, right? Some kind of competition, whether it be for a job, in life, or whatever, right? Remember that bold moves, strong moves are also smart. Leave behind what doesn't serve you. You see this person leaving 2 swords in the back there and moving forward with 5. 5 is plenty enough. It will get you what you need, but strategy is the name. Who was there? So we did Trisha, Luis. Lois, Luis. I don't know. Bear with me. You know I'm talking to you, though. The brand. You're welcome. Oh, 6 of Cups. I love that card. So 6 of Cups, right? Something coming full circle. A lot of times people read this as a past lover comes back or someone in your family, right? But I also feel like this sometimes is just comfort. When I see the 6 of Cups, I think comfort. I think childhood memories. I think revisiting something that used to be so important to you and re-enlivening that. And I talked about that earlier, about finding something you used to do and re-enlivening it, or like doing a grandparent's recipe. You know what I mean? I was talking about that earlier. I feel like this happens for you. Things coming full circle. So this is always a good card. This is, I believe, Cancer energy. So take that how it resonates, but I do love that card. So 6, harmonious union. So I love this. Yeah, the 6 of Cups is like good vibes card, right? Hold on. Who... Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, I don't even know how to say that name. Vic Speck? Vic Speck? I don't know. We'll see what happens. 6 of Cups is Sun and Scorpio. Thank you. Thank you. Vic Speck. Ace of Wands. Fun, adventure, right? And like I said on this channel, this could be new sexual energy coming your way because that's the way I read it, right? But this is a new inspiration, something coming forward and you're like, yes. Fun also. Fun. New adventure, fun. Oh, shit. And just because I cut the card, I didn't mean to, but I cut it. And so something leading you to something new in the material as well. So Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles coming together. New stuff, good stuff. I like that for you. And I don't mean to do this. It keeps happening. And then I saw the Knight of Swords. So this could be something quick coming through and giving you like I'm hearing like a resuscitated idea. That keeps happening for Scorpios, a resuscitated idea. Something you used to do coming back around. More fun. This time it's giving you like I'm hearing zest for life. I'm hearing start the thing already. It's going to generate a source of happiness as well as fulfillment. But you've got to start, you've got to just, now's the time. That's what I'm hearing. Now's the time to move forward with that. All right. I think that's everybody. Jessica. You guys are, I love you guys. You guys have been on here for a minute, so I'm trying to, let's see. I mark all my cards with the zodiac. You know, so it's interesting that you say that. I actually am working with the Tarot Architect, and this deck right here by Lon Milo Duquette, the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic, it actually has all the correspondences, right? So it has the Hebrew letter, right? It has everything on here, the planetary alignments, the element, all the things. So this card or these decks are next level. And if you are, let me just on the side, if you are a very serious magician, ceremonial magician, you're very serious about tarot, I told you I'm going to talk about this book quite a bit in the near future. These are really good, but he's about to do another iteration of this deck. So right now, this particular deck is like elusive, and it will cost you a shit ton of money if you go out there on the internet and try to buy it. But if you hold tight in just a couple of weeks, if it's not out already, but I don't think it is, he's doing another new version of this being published. So just hang tight. But this has all the correspondences, and it comes with it doesn't come with, but a really good book, The Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. And it just depends on how interested you are in that type of work. All right, so hold on. Let's go back. Who was it? Jessica. Well, shit, Jessica. I've got the Seven of Swords and the Justice card. But so, look, I'm going to shuffle because I just saw those cards for let me get another deck. But if that's the case for you, if that means something for you, Jessica, that really just tells me to be super strategic about a legal situation. But again, I don't know if that's for you. So hold on, Jessica. Seven of Cups. And you had 7 there. Hold on. 7, 11. That's actually Lon's birthday. I don't know why that came to my mind. 7, 11. Choices, smoke and mirrors. 1 second. Strategy, smoke and mirrors, justice, Scorpio energy. Five of Swords, 7 of Swords. Child. Knight of Pentacles. I don't know, my energy's starting to fade out. I'm sorry. So the best thing I can say here is there is no lack of options for you, but you're going to have to sift through the bullshit. That's how it's coming through. Sift through the bullshit. There's no lack of possibilities ahead, but not everything is meant for you. Be discerning about where you put your time and energy, because I saw that Knight of Pentacles, right? It might feel like it's taking forever. It might feel like, I don't know which way to go here. There might be a period of confusion, but clarity comes through strategy. And strategy means what actually feels aligned, right? You're not following and chasing the dollar. You're not following and chasing advice from others. What you're doing is you're sitting with yourself and you're saying, okay, I've changed a shit ton. What's going to serve me moving forward? How can I manage this and get out of all of these options what really rings true for who I am now, right? And it doesn't mean that you have to niche yourself in any one thing. You can experience the gamut of it all, but it's about doing what's aligned for you in that moment and not allowing, the others like their chimmy. That's what I call like gossip and bullshit to hold you back. So I'm going to need to wrap it up because I can feel that I'm starting to fade out, and that's not fair to anyone. But I am so grateful for your time and energy, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you guys. Thank you for your time and shine brightly. Have a great week ahead and hang tight because I will be posting our weekly reading, and I'm thinking about doing a collective reading just to get, more than just Scorpio on the channel, because I'm headed into a new direction myself. So this channel is going to be about screwing around, finding out what works, finding out what doesn't. But no matter what, stay tuned because the Scorpio weeklies are always going to be a thing. And we'll see where I go from here as we all do our changes. And if you guys have any advice, what you would like to see some of, let me know because I might be able to make it happen. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Shine brightly.